So now we'll jump straight into, how a typical narcissist divorce plays out, because I think that's essential for us to understand so that we get some clarity, right? So no one is talking about this. And, this data is based on my poll of, women in my group, which is Confident Women Navigating Divorce. And there's a decent amount of data here. So I'd like to share this because, the traditional stats, of divorces in the US don't really cover, the kind of impact that, narcissist divorces are having on the financial situation of families going through it, right? And here, what you'll see is that narcissist divorces usually end up costing anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000. My specific scenario was $120,000. And also, in most scenarios, there is usually post-divorce abuse involved. In fact, what you'll see is narcissists will file lawsuits and motions post-divorce to keep the other parent, usually the mom, bleeding money. And my tally for this is at about $35,000 post-divorce. What you'll also see is that the divorce duration is anywhere from 1 to 5+ years, an average of around 3 years. 2 to 3 years, I would say. And so what happens is so many women go into narcissist divorces thinking that, oh, it'll be over so quickly. And what happens is actually that, the divorce takes so long to get done that, it wears them out. And that's one of the biggest challenges that I see with my clients is that, when they come in, they are looking for the divorce to be done like with the snap of the fingers. And they're so frustrated, when they see that it's taking so much longer. And what they also see is that, the divorce process itself is, dragged on by the narcissist versus, being completed really quickly. And I'll share more on why that happens. So one of the things that I tell my clients is that time is your friend in a narcissist divorce. And most women don't understand it. But the reason why I say that is because, there are so many different nuances, as I'll talk about when I cover the ACE method in the narcissist divorce, that you having time allows you to make sure that you're not missing something that is going to have a long-term financial or emotional impact on you and the children. So what I want you to take away from this slide is do not underestimate the narcissist. They are highly intelligent and perceptive, and you will see that, they will, manipulate the divorce in a way that you cannot believe is actually possible. And the reason is because the court doesn't realize it, neither do the lawyers. And we'll talk more about how you can counter that. But what does it mean for you? So, all that general stuff is great, but what does it mean for you? What it means for you is that you need to be prepared, ideally before your divorce starts or before you inform them that you want a divorce. But like they say for planting a tree, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So the same way, if you are not prepared before your divorce or you got blindsided by the divorce, then the next best time for you to prepare is now. And what that also means is that your settlement agreements and financial documents need to be crafted, keeping in mind that they will be manipulated to cause harassment. What you need to understand is there is rampant financial abuse involved once the narcissist divorce starts, and you need to know what to watch for. There will be things like hidden money, assets disappearing, bank accounts emptied out, stop paying the bills, stop paying the mortgage, impacting your credit, There's all kinds of things that happen. And if you do not know what's happening, by the time you realize what's happening, it may be too late. And so those are things that I share. I'm constantly guiding my private clients on, my coaching clients on, my group coaching clients on, so that we can make sure that you are taking the right steps to protect yourself. And whatever you think that he can do, trust me, it's a lot worse than that. So you may say, Anjali, the picture looks so bleak, but what I want to give you is a ray of hope. And that ray of hope is that there's a hidden secret with narcissist divorces. And that is that the majority of them operate with the same playbook, which is mind-blowing. And the reason why I know that is because I've helped hundreds of women going through narcissist divorce over the last 5 years in different Facebook groups before I set up my own Facebook group last year. So just like the saying is, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, the same way I say narcissist divorce doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And the reason why I have that insight is because I've helped so many women that I'm now able to see the patterns. So they say that you can only see the label when you're outside the jar. And because all of you are inside the jar, because you're inside the divorce, it's very difficult to see because you don't have experience seeing it across multiple women. You see only your divorce and you think what's happening is unique to you. But the reality is, in a narcissist divorce, the traits are somewhat shared. I would say 70 to 80% of the traits are shared across narcissist divorce, and 20 to 30% are unique to the narcissist. And even those come in categories. And so that's why I'm able to help my clients so effectively, because I know what they are. I can preempt what's happening. But you may ask why, right? A lot of you may see that the narcissist divorce was actually filed by your ex. And so you may say, he's the one who filed for divorce. He's the one who's having an affair or a girlfriend, just like my ex was. So why is he dragging the divorce on? Why is it taking so long? And that's where you need to understand the psychology of a narcissist. The aim is to get to your mental peace and sanity. Make him top of mind for you and demonstrate that he still has power and control over you. Those are the two key words that a narcissist operates on: power and control. And the third one, if I had to say, would be image, right? So that's why they drag this on, because they will do everything that they can to demonstrate that they still control you, even if you are getting divorced from them. And they do this by creating confusion and disorientation. They keep you so bogged down in the daily mechanics and the drama that they infuse into the divorce, that they cause so much disorientation because you don't know what to focus on. It's like, you're playing whack-a-mole, and you're constantly trying to just put out the fires rather than focus on your overall divorce and strategy. And what happens as a result of that is they take your eye off the ball of the important outcomes that you're looking for in the divorce, and they actually make you focus on the unimportant things which have no bearing and no meaning, and which, if you talk about to your lawyer, your lawyer looks at you like you're crazy. And that's the intent, because again, it's image. Remember, I said the third thing is image. Well, they care about their image, but at the same time, they're also trying to destroy yours. And I'll talk more about how they do that as we move forward. But the ultimate aim is to wear you out and make you give up. That's what they want. They want you to say, I'm sorry. It's all about power and control, remember? So it's like, oh, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I can't live without you. And then they say, oh, no, but I'm kicking you. I'm getting you out of my life. I don't want to live with you anymore. It's all about them feeling better about themselves. And so let me share with you a before and after, right? Or, some examples of client results for clients who've worked with me, who are exactly experiencing what this is, what you may have been experiencing, and how it transforms, right? So this is as clients are just starting to work with me, you will see this play out as, them saying that, hey, I walked out of a storm and I found a GPS on the ground. And you've helped me navigate all this and feel confident and in control of what's going on, right? Women saying that it saved me over $100,000 and it's changed my outlook on everything, helped me to know where to put my focus. I have no idea how much I've saved in attorney fees because of our meetings. My attorney even used our responses, because I do help you, if you do private consults, I do help you to craft responses. And this client said that the attorney used our responses as his response, and we did it in 30 minutes, what he would have done in about 4 hours. Because I already knew my client. I knew what she wanted. It's way quicker, right? Someone's else, who just started with me, saying, it's like my ship is finally pointed in the right direction. Before, I felt like I was just spinning in circles, right? And another client, within 2 weeks, saying, I was full of anxiety and that caused desperation. Now I accept the quiet moments and wait for the responses. This has led to a dramatic reduction in the lawyer billing with better and greater results. But I also want to show you what happens if you do not get the help at the right time. This is one of my clients. She joined my group pretty early on, and amazing lady, with a small child. And when she came to me in the initial stages of divorce, she had spent less than $20,000. She was like, hey, I got the best lawyer. Lawyer understands narcissists. And I said, hey, you do need a divorce coach, a divorce strategist to work with you. And she was like, no, I understand everything. My lawyer understands narcissists. My financial advisor is looking into it. And, I think I'm good. So that was great. I kept in touch with her, just like I do with all the women who reach out to me in the group. I am personally vested in your success. And so, this is, about after 7 or 8 months, she pings me, and she wants some guidance. This is because she's just gone through mediation with no outcome, and she spent around $70,000 at that point. You know and she says to me that, hey, she realizes that it's not working like it should be. And she's like, thank you so much. And these are all on the Facebook group, by the way, in the testimonial section in the Facebook group of Confident Women Navigating Divorce. But she says, that it was clear that the best time to connect with you was at the beginning of the divorce process. When we had talked, I received no less than $50,000 and had a forensic accountant on board. And so then at the same time, I, again recommended to her that, hey, it's not too late. And she was like, no, I think I'm already coming to the end of my divorce, and I'll be fine. The divorce is coming to an end, and, we are going for mediation again, and I'll be fine. And so, of course, that's your decision, because in the end, you are the one who makes the final call for yourself and your family. And so then I get a ping from her. This is like on a Saturday, on a Friday night, actually. And she pings me saying, hey, Anjali, things have not worked as I expected. And I have trial on Monday morning at 8 o'clock in New York. And she was like, I need your help. And I'm like, absolutely, let's do a consult and let's get on a call. And so then on that call, in a 90-minute call consult, we basically went through and, talked through the offer that her ex was making. And she was trying to decide whether she should go for trial. And, I estimated that her trial would be at least 2 to 2.5 days, or 2 to 3 days, and that would be about $30,000 in additional trial fees beyond what he was already offering her. And so, we went on that call on Saturday morning. She then reached out to her ex regarding the settlement offer and settled on Sunday. And so she avoided almost $30,000 in trial fees, and she worked through it. And she pinged me saying, "Hey, thank you so much for your help, and this is, where we got her to closure on her divorce." So, think about it. $20,000 is when she had come to me, and she actually, used my help at $110,000 mark. And so then I advised her that saying, "Hey, let's do a follow-on consult so that we can ensure that the settlement is written in a way to prevent post-divorce abuse." And again, she's like, "Oh, I think I'll be okay. My lawyer understands narcissists, and so I'm sure he's going to be able to write it in that way. Plus, I will also make sure, based on all the classes I've joined, etc., and what we shared in the discussion, I think I'll be fine." And so again, that's a decision that you make. So perfect. We went with that. And this is then, the message I get with her 2 months after her divorce is finalized, where she pings me in August, end of August this year, and says, "Hey, Anjali, how are you? Guess what? I'm going to reopen the case already due to non-payment of support." So remember the post-divorce abuse that I talked about? Well, here it's where it plays out, and with unpaid expenses of $16,000. And then this is where, I tell her that, "Hey, this is very consistent pattern, because lawyers assume that, that the folks who follow the rules, and they don't pay attention to how the clauses are being written." And again, I offered that I could help her. And again, she comes back to me. She says, "Okay, I'll think about it and I'll come back." And then she comes back to me and says, "Hey, Anjali, the lawyer is asking for $10,000 retainer. And, even though my ex will be paying legal fees, I'm not interested in foregoing $10,000. So think about it. Working with me, pricing starts at, $497, depending on what kind of services you're looking for. Just look at the financial impact of what's going on here. And I want you to understand this, because this is something that I see happen all the time. And so what I want you to keep in mind is that this is not a one-off scenario. This is what most narcissist divorces play out like, right? And if it's not this, it's visitation. If it's not visitation, it's not following the parenting plan. Because all of those things are unenforceable. So that's where, I want you to be aware that a coach like myself, who's been through it, who understands it, who's refined the process over the last 7 years, is able to bring immense value to your case to help you avoid all that stress and pain. I mean, she could have easily avoided, all of this pain here, right? By going ahead and getting the help at the right time, right in the beginning, when, her divorce bill was, around $15,000 or $20,000 when she had initially reached out to me. And this is 2 years ago. Right? So in case, again, I'm going to just pop this up in case you want the link, but in case you are ready to take action, and we have a lot more of the class left, but in case you are ready to take action, go ahead and book your breakthrough call here. There is a form that I do require you to fill up, because, my consults are usually paid, but for anybody who signed up for this class, I am offering you a breakthrough call at no cost, but I do expect you to take the action as well and give me the information so that we can make the best use of the call that we have. So again, I'm going to leave this for a second, as you can see, and that's where, this is the link for the call. And then our next lesson is going to be about how narcissists abuse the system and what you can do about it. So with that, I hope you found this valuable. I hope you found this eye-opening, because this is something that most women, nobody talks about. And so, it's a big shock when something like this plays out and it's happening to us.